All right, welcome everyone. This is going to be a recap for the week ending on July 17th of 2020. And we're going to go through a few new things this week that we're starting to track because there's been a lot of requests for it. So we're going to start following the CB trades, and I'll get into that in just a minute. But I want to first take a look at the PAP results, which we've been watching now for some time. These are what we call the naked signals. Okay, so we have a couple packages. We have the core package and we have the crystal ball package. The core package it has a total of 5 different patterns, one of which that we trade mainly in the live chat room is called PAP, P-A-P, and that is what we are tracking here, the results of the PAP. I do not track results on the other 5 patterns, only because it's just too difficult for me to do that and do other things as well. So this is what we've been tracking for some time, and these are going to be the results. These are what I call naked signals. What I mean by that is that when you have a pattern that sets up for a buy or sell, the assumption is that you're just going to take that buy or sell and disregarding any other type of filtration that we use, such as EOM and so forth. I do not recommend trading a naked signal, but the key here, and the reason I'm showing this, is because it shows the success or the power or how powerful or how accurate these signals can be just by taking the naked signals alone, and then we can add on to that. We can improve the results, or we can improve the probability by adding some additional filters as well. So the point is just to look at the naked stats, and then we can take it from there. And as you can see, most of them are going to be close to the 70% range, a little bit lower than what I would expect for the euro, and the pounds pretty much where it needs to be, the yen's pretty much where it needs to be, and the Aussie where it needs to be. Whenever I see anything lower than 70%, I like to see these around 75 to 80%. That's typically where they're at over a long series of trades. But typically when we're dipping down like this into the 66% area, that means the following week tends to be, it comes back even stronger. It's like a bell-shaped curve. They have their set point, and they always seem to come back to their set point. Okay? So not only is that true on a weekly basis, but it's also true on a daily basis. And that's one of the things we track in the live chat room. We look at how we're doing in the morning. The morning usually gives us a strong indication of what we can expect later in the afternoon. So a lot of good information in these stats, but this is just to show you the overall stats for the morning and the nightly sessions. So you can kind of see where we are with the naked stats, and as you can see, we're all pretty much in the 70% range is where we like to be. So not a bad week overall. First trades of the week were very good as well. If you've been watching my videos or if you subscribe to my channel, you are getting these first trade of the day setups. Basically what that means is that I have a total of 4 different pairs that I trade, Nadex binaries. I do trade the 5-minute binaries. That is my primary focus. That is where you're going to have your most success, because short-term moves are a lot easier to predict than longer-term moves, and we can do a lot with 5 minutes. Plus 5 minutes gives us multiple opportunities. And the key is, if you want to be successful, if you're trying to make money on a daily basis, you have to have opportunity. You're not going to do it with dailies, and you're not going to do it with hourlies. You got to use the 5 minutes. Okay. So nonetheless, first trades, what you've been watching on my first trade videos is of all the 4 different pairs that I trade, whichever one of the 4 I get a signal on first, right after 8 a.m. Central when I begin trading and when we open up the chat room, that's the trade that I am recording. So that's what you're seeing on those videos. Whatever, it could come in the Aussie, it could come in the Euro, could come in anything. Whatever the very first trade is, that's the one that I'm taking. And the first trade also has a very high success rate. I think this week we, out of the 5 days, and I'm only looking at the morning session, we were right 4 out of 5. So what's that, 80%? But I also track that in the nightly session as well. And you can see the nightly session has done quite well. In fact, I think the nightly session, no, it had one loser here. It had one loser as well. So the nightly session hitting just like the daily session. Not unusual for me to have weeks where I'm 100%. That's the power of the first trade out of the gate. So, I always tell people, when you're trading binaries, the key is you want to come in with an objective and hit your objective and stop trading for the rest of the day, or hit your objective and go to a demo account and continue to practice for the rest of the day. So that's really the ideal if you have the luxury of that time where you can sit in front of the screen and do that. But nonetheless, most of the success for me comes first thing in the morning and later in the evening. That's typically where I'm going to see most of my success. Also, what we started doing is we have extended our hours for our CB traders. We now are trading early. For me, it's 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. Central. And what we do is we have a designated hour right now where all we're doing is trading CB with our CB traders. So I am personally trading that first hour. And then in the rest of the day, I'm trading behind the scenes if I see some good CB setups. The difference, just to let you know, what's the difference between the core package and the CB? Well, the CB is taking you to a whole new level. You can do quite well with the core package. The core package has 5 different patterns that it uses, and those patterns give us direction. They give us direction of trade, and these are the probabilities of the direction. So that means, in other words, if it tells me on the Aussie that the Aussie is going up, then I have a 78% probability overall that I'm going to be correct in my trade. The difference between that and the CB is the CB is giving you a lot more information. Not only is it giving us direction, but it's also giving us the size or the strength of the move. And the reason that's so important is because if you're familiar with trading binaries, you know you have several options: in the money, at the money, or out of the money. And your best premium is always going to be deep out of the money. Problem with most people trading binaries is very seldom can you trade deep out of the money and actually have it be profitable. You don't see those kind of moves. You don't see that kind of spiking going on, right? But with the CB, it will tell us in advance that we're getting ready to have such a size move. And it tells me, is the move going to be strong? Is it going to be weak? And if it's going to be a strong move and it's going to be a good size move, I'm trading deep out of the money, right? I can sell it for $80, $90, right? And only risk $10, $15 instead of selling it at $40 and risking $60 if I were doing in the money. So with the CB, if it's going to be a weak move, I'm going to be doing in the money. And if it's going to be a strong move, which is what I like, I'm going to do out of the money. And if I'm doing out of the money, I'm going to put some size on it. Why put 1 on when you can put 5 on and risk $50 and look to make a lot more on those 5, right? So you have $90, you have 5. What's that, $450? So, you're risking $50 to make $450. To me, that just makes a little bit more sense. So that's the beauty of the CB trades, is it gives us indication of size. That is the next level up from the core package. All right. So anyway, that's the beauty of CB. And so from now on, I'm going to start tracking that. I'm going to show my results. This is something that we do with my CB traders. We all get together early in the morning for that first hour, and we wait for these CB setups. And then after the first hour, we continue to keep an eye on them in the background as we're trading the core patterns. Okay. So that's kind of been, that's my approach. I am not trading right now any of the I'm not trading any of the core right now. As I mentioned, it's just too intense for me to assist and help in my students learn the core package. But I will from time to time take a CB trade during the day if I see that it's going to be a sizable move. Otherwise, most of my focus on CB is going to be for the first 2 hours of the day starting at 7 a.m. That's usually a really good time to hit some really nice moves first thing in the morning, and then you can come in at night and do the same thing. And there are very specific time frames when we tend to have a little bit more activity than others, and but we teach all of that with the CB course. So anyway, that's it. Overall, not a bad week overall, both for the core and the CB. I am expecting to see a lot more strength coming in on the Euro US, so expect to see these numbers higher as we look at them towards the end of the week. If you have any questions regarding any of these two packages, just go to my website, binaryprostrategies.com. Shoot me an email. I'll be glad to answer those for you. If you're interested in any of the packages, all that's explained also on the website. Just go to the website and you'll see the packages that we offer. And any questions on those, you can always ask me as well. So that's going to be it. We'll be back next week for our next weekly update. Hope everybody have a great trading week, and we'll see you then. Okay, so if you want to learn more about my strategy and my methods and how I arrive at my first trade of the day and how my setups and patterns are identified, then you have 3 different options. If you want to become a trial subscriber, you can do that for just $50 per month. There is no limit to how long you need to stay. It's $50 per month recurring unless you cancel. And what you're going to get with that is you're going to have access to my live 5-minute Forex charts. There's a total of 7 different pairs that are offered by Nadex. And on that chart, you're going to see buy and sell arrows, which is identifying one of the patterns that I use to trade these 5-minute binaries. I have a total of 5 different patterns, and I'm providing you with one I feel is one of the strongest, and that's called the PAP, P-A-P. So you will have access to that chart with those arrows on there, and it comes also with a short little video and explaining exactly how to trade those arrows. So that will give you some idea on my method and exactly how it works and the type of results you can expect. You're also going to be getting the daily setups. I still say these are in beta because I don't have a long history with these overnight trades. I personally am a short-term trader. I believe there's a lot more opportunity, but there are some that prefer to trade once or twice a day, put a position on and let it expire the following day. I will provide you with those setups for I think it's 10 different pairs, that it also including the crude oil, gold, silver, and the US 500. So those will be provided as well. They come out every evening, and you can track those as well. But anyhow, the chat room is open to you. You get a lot of exposure to the charts. It's going to be from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. Eastern Time, and from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Time. So you can be able to trade in the morning and early afternoon, and you're also going to be able to trade in the evening. So a lot of time to check out the method and see if it's something you would like to dig into a little bit further and see exactly how it works. If that's what you would like to do, I have the core strategy package, which I recommend starting with. You're going to get three full months access to all the training videos and educational materials. You're going to have a username and a login. You're going to be able to log in. With that, you're also going to get 1 free week in the other live chat room. This is the live chat room where we're actually doing some trading, and I'm going to be in there to answer your questions and help you identify the setups. You're also going to be provided with the buy and sell arrows, but you're also going to have access to all the different patterns, not just the PAP, but you're going to have the pairing, the single double continuation, the delta pattern, and so forth. So there's a lot more information in there as well, and you're also going to be able to pick my brain on how best to trade these patterns, and also more importantly is how to manage your account size, because that's a big part of trading.
is not just coming in and trading with ones or twos or even numbers. You do have to adjust your trading size, and that's also part of one of the videos showing you how I adjust my contract size. So that's in there as well. And so that's the core package. Now, if you decide you want to jump all the way to the crystal ball, that's a larger package. Don't recommend this. If you're a new trader, right now I would stay with just the core package, and then you can always upgrade to the crystal ball package. But if you're an experienced trader and you want to learn it all, the crystal ball obviously is my favorite method. It's different in the sense that it's different than the core strategy in the sense of the way that it works. It's actually provides me with a bigger advanced warning of a particular market taking a move either up or down, but it also gives me indication of the size. So that's real important when it comes to trading binaries, is because not only do you want to be set up in the right direction, but you also want an indication of the size of the move, and that's what the crystal ball does, which means when we're trading size, if you're familiar with options, that means we can go deep out of the money, and obviously the deeper out of the money we can go, the less risk we have and the greater amount of profit potential we have. So that is part of the crystal ball package. And of course, if you are a core, and that also comes with a full year in the live chat room. So not only are you going to have full access for a full year to all the videos and any new training videos I put out, but you're also going to have access to the live chat room for a full 12 months. If you are a core strategy, if you do get the core strategy package and you decide that you want to stay, then it's just a reoccurring $50 a month to stay in the live chat room with us and to continue to trade along. And also you would have access to the members area beyond the 3 months. So if you've been in it for 3 months and you're still a chat room member, then that keeps the membership area open. Okay, and that means you have access to all the new videos as well. So that is available too. And then of course, if you were a prior member and you're coming back, you don't need to obviously repurchase the package again. You can just jump into the live chat room for $50 a month, and you have access to all new videos and so forth as well, as long as it's been within the last 3 months since you had purchased the package. So that's it. If you have any questions, you can always get a hold of me by going to binaryprostrategies.com. Shoot me an email. I'll be glad to answer those for you. And then until next time, good luck on your trading, and see you on the next video.